Hi, I'm Benjamin, author of Master Math Models and 18 math guidebooks found in major bookshops like Popular and used by thousands of students. My mission is to make difficult math questions easy for children to understand so that they will love and enjoy maths. If you would like to learn more about quick and easy ways to help your child learn and understand maths, simply subscribe by hitting on the button below to watch my other videos which are constantly added and updated. This video is part of an online program that covers the entire syllabus. And if you would like to learn more about it, please contact us. If you would like to have a free copy of the worksheet used in this video and for other free resources like exam papers, please join my Telegram group, which can be found in the description of this video below. So, let's get great at maths. Hi, welcome to our first lesson for decimals. And before I begin on teaching you how to write the answers, I'm going to explain to you exactly what you're looking at for the different numbers here. Okay, so the first thing you should notice is that there is a decimal, a dot. Now, what does this dot do? Okay, this dot is a separator. Okay, all the numbers on the left or in front of the dot are whole numbers. Okay, these are called whole numbers. If you wish to, you can write this on your paper as a note. And the numbers that come after the dot, these are called decimal values. Decimal values or decimal numbers. Now, what is the difference between the numbers before the dot on the left and the numbers after the dot on the right? Well, to give you a simple illustration, for example, if I said 7.8, then 7 means 7 ones or 7 wholes. Or you can think of it as 7 complete numbers, 7 complete ones. Whereas the 0.8 that you see, this 8 that you're looking at, is really 0.8. In other words, it is less than 1. And if it is less than 1, it means it is not even a complete whole. Therefore, it is just part of 1. Part of 1. And its value is 8/10. Now, why is it called 8/10? It is 8/10, and one way of looking at this is that 8/10 is actually 8 out of 10. Why is that so? Well, you can think of 1.0 as made up of 10 0.1s. Okay, so if you were to take 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.1 10 times, you will get exactly 1.0. In other words, 1 whole or 1.0 is really made up of 10 parts of 0.1. And each of this 0.1 is 1/10 of 1 whole. It is 1/10 of 1 whole. Hence, we call the first number tenths. Okay, and that is the logic behind decimals. It is part of a whole number. Okay, so with these things in mind, and please write these things down as notes and understand them. And once you're done, I'm going to clean them up. Okay, so if you still need it, you can pause it here, write these things down, and then I'm going to proceed to teach you how to write the numbers. So at this point, I'm going to take all this away. You can rewind this to in case you haven't finished, and this is what you do. So 6 here are actually 6 whole numbers, 6 whole ones. And so we say 6 ones. Whereas the 9 here, as I've just explained to you, is 9 parts out of 10 of 1 whole. So we say 9/10. 9 tenths. Okay, that's what a tenth here mean. So if this is 9 tenths, then what about the 4? Well, the 4 is really 0.04. Or, as I was explaining earlier, you can think of one whole as broken into 100 parts of 0.01. Okay, now each of these here, if you add it to, or if you add 100 of these, you will get one whole. So this is 4 of these, because this is 0.04, whereas this is 0.01, which is 4 times of it. So this 4 is 4 out of 100 parts of one whole. And so, since it is out of 100 parts, we call the word here hundreds. Okay, so it is like 100 with a THS. Now, naturally, if you think of the numbers, you will know that ones after ones on this side, on the side of the whole numbers, the second number here is 30, because this 3 is not really 3, but 30.0. So this is actually 33 tenths, okay, because 30.0 is 3 tenths. And this 8 here is really 800, 800.0, 800.0, or 8 hundredths. Okay, got it so far? Okay, now this is a 4, and of course this is a 2. So let me clean this up a little bit before it gets too complicated and too messy. All right, and now we have a 2. This 2 that you see over here is the one that comes after hundreds. So can you tell me what comes after hundreds? We got 1, 10, 100, 1,000. So if we got 1, 10, 100, and 1,000 on the side of the whole numbers, then we have the same words on this side. 10, 100, and 1,000. So we do not have 1, because the 9, the first number after the dot, is already part of 1, and it is 9 out of 10 parts. Okay, so for the decimal side, it is the same words that you see on the whole number side in terms of its spelling, but all you got to do is add a TH. S, and that completes the word tens, hundreds, and thousands. So you can see the hundreds already over here, and now the word here should be thousands. So it's the same spelling as 1,000 with a THS. Okay, and the same thing goes on, right? You will have on this side 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, and this side will be 10,000s, 100,000s. All right. Okay. If you have understood all this, now remember, at any point you can pause this and write down any notes that you need, and I would strongly advise that you do. Okay. Now, what we have written here in this row is what we call the place value. Okay, not the value, the place value. It is the location of that digit. So for example, 9 is in the place of the tens. That's the location of the 9. Now, if you go to the next one, it says, what is the value? Now, the value means how much is it worth? Okay, so the value in the second row, as you can see here, is 6 and is in the position of the ones, therefore 6 ones. So in the same way, this will be 3 tenths and this will be 8 hundredths. Okay, there's 100 eights and there are 3 tens. Over here, there are 4 hundredths. Okay, remember a hundredth is 1 out of 100 parts of 1 whole. So this is made up of 4 hundredths. And this would be 2 thousandths. Okay, the next thing we are going to learn is how to write the value in numerals. Numerals can be thought of simply and roughly as digits put together as a number. Okay, what is the difference between digit and number? Well, if I give you 374, we say that 374 is the number, but it is made up of 1, 2, 3 digits. All right, that's the difference. So the numerals is to be written in the form of digits as a number. So for the 6, you can see it is 6 ones, and that has a value, okay, because we are still talking about value here, of 6. So 3 tens has a value of 30, and 8 hundredths, 8 times 100 will be 800. Okay? On the decimal side, we will have 0.9, okay, which is less than 1 whole, and for 4, it is 0.04. Now, a simple way of writing this is simply, if I were to write 836.942, the same number that you see over here, and then I were to eliminate all the digits, leaving only the 4, and replacing all the digits with 0, then you can see that what I need to write is 0.04, like this. Okay, so you're replacing the 9 and the 6 with zeros. Okay, and maybe this might be even clearer. You can see that if I were to now cover the 6 and the 9 and replace it with zeros, then I get 0.04. Okay, can you see? Do you understand that? So the answer here is 0.04. Now let's try that with the 2. If you were to do that with the 2, you will basically be eliminating these digits. You'll be eliminating the 8, the 3, the 6, the 9, and the 4. But when you eliminate or remove the 9 and the 4, you should be writing zeros as well as the number in front of the decimal. So this will give you 0.002, and therefore the number that you're writing here is 0.002. Okay, all the digits become zeros except for the 2. Okay, in fact, you can even use that to represent the numbers in front, but they're pretty simple, so I won't go into detail here. Okay, lastly, how do you write fractions? Well, if you have 6, and I said write 6 as a fraction, your answer is that it is made up of 6 over 1. Why? Because the 1 here represents ones. Just like how the 10 here represent tens, then the 1 here represent ones. Okay, so in that sense, this would be 6 out of 1, 6 ones, 30 ones, and 800 ones. Okay, now this is 0.04, and we know that 4 is in the position of the hundredths. So we just need to write 100 below and put 4 on top, and we have the answer. Another way of thinking about this is that if what you see is 2 decimal places, then what you want to do is put 2 zeros here. In the same way as 1 decimal place, meaning 1 place after the dot, has 1 0, then 2 places have 2 zeros, and 3 places will have 3 zeros. Okay, so you can think of it like this for simplicity and speed. Okay, to do it fast. Okay, and this will be a 4, and this will be a 2, and that completes place and place value. Okay, learn to differentiate this, and with this, I would suggest at this point to pause this video and write down everything again on the second printed sheet, another blank piece, okay, until you got the hang of it. And when you're done, you can go to the next question below. Let me just show you that. You can see that over here. And you can try to fill this in on your own. Okay, after you have tried the first question, and then come back to the video to check if your answers are correct. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.